How are y'all doing? It's me, Gaboon. How many of you like Neon Genesis Evangelion? Me personally, I'm a big fan of it. I haven't seen the rebuild films yet, but I love the anime series and End of Evangelion. And I hate to say it, it's kind of taken over my life. Like, bro, I'm over here on Amazon looking at stuff. Etsy as well. There's some pants. There's a shirt on there I want to buy on Etsy. Amazon's got some backpacks. They even got a onesie. That little onesie. Look at it right here on the screen. Doesn't that just look kind of cool? It's Unit 1? Man. And yes, I wanted to buy all these. Unless they sell out before I buy them. But anyways, that's the thing. But no, Evangelion itself. I first started this back in June. Because some people I was wanting to hang out with a lot more ditched me. Honestly, deservedly so. I brought up some uncomfortable topics, and the one that got me kicked out from where I was because I asked about CNC. I was not bringing it up in a positive way. I just asked about it because I was like, is that what this is? Is it? I was just making sure, but they were like, no, we can't. This is too uncomfortable. So then I started Evangelion out of sadness. And then it plunged me into even deeper sadness. So I started off, it just seemed kind of like your normal, typical show, I guess. Started off just cool robots fighting, some suspense here and there with the characters. Like in the very first episode, we see drama and tension between Shinji and his dad. If you're not going to be of use, then leave. And Shinji's just like... like, and then Shinji's dad, Gendo, that's his name, yeah. He brings him out to, brings out Rei to pilot Unit 1, but she's injured, so then Shinji's like, I'll pilot the Ava! That was a horrible Shinji impression, I'm sorry. But either way, Shinji decides to take on the Ava, and then he loses control. Obviously, it's his first fight, so of course he loses control of it. That's okay, because guess what? He continues on eventually. It's like the Ava takes control of itself, I guess you could say. Which is not the only time that happens in the series. But then also, he wakes up in a hospital, and eventually Masato takes him in. And she's a very loving woman. Maybe, at first, I didn't think it was going to be as much as she actually is. Actually, then again, now I think about it, it's not exactly love that she was actually giving. It was a type of love, but not the one you think of when it's genuine. But with Shinji, she's actually a somewhat genuinely loving woman. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't want to, like, spoil anything. I guess there's some things I would have to talk about that would be spoilers, but this is not going to be a, like, review of Evangelion itself. It's just more kind of talking about how it's taking over my life. Like, I remember after I finished it, though, I went kind of through, like, a identity crisis of sorts. I remember people being like, it's, I don't know what they were trying to say, but they were trying to tell me something. But then I eventually watched it, and I'm like, oh, I get it. Because I knew going into it, it have a lot of mental aspects to it. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. And I came out of it, I'm like, I know what I like. I know what I dislike. And, that kind of stuff. But then I was also like, who am I? Who am I? What am I? I'm actually dying inside, bro. I don't know if you can tell. But no, I genuinely kind of had like an identity crisis of sorts. I'm kind of getting through it a little bit now, where I'm back in a somewhat positive state of mind. But I don't know. 2025 as well has just been pretty mid, not gonna lie to you. Evangelion just kind of made it somewhat better in some aspects, but worse in others. But that's okay, because guess what? I'm back. But no, I also want to say, like, as far as, like, some of the, like, the symbolism in that, I definitely thought it was a little deeper before I looked up stuff about it. Like, as far as, like, the religious symbolism in the anime, but Hideki just straight up said, no, I just thought it looked cool. And it's like, oh, okay. And I definitely think some fans are a little pretentious about Evangelion because they make it out to be deeper than what it actually is, when it's actually just not that deep. I definitely think it's deep in some aspects, but mostly only when it comes to, like, mental health. Like, they mentioned Shinji has depression multiple times throughout the series. So, yeah. And End of Evangelion? Bro, I got to End of Evangelion. I did not think it was gonna be this early on, but the hospital scene, we'll give this little motion as a little like ah ha ha. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that motion that you do with something on your body. I thought that was gonna be some point later in the movie. It's like the literal first scene. I was like, well, we're opening up with this, which was bad because I related to Shinji, and then I was like, okay, bro, I don't know if I can really call you my goat anymore. This was without consent, Shinji. Like, you couldn't just, like, deal with it, bro. You couldn't just, even if you had it, you couldn't just sit there and be like, I'll just have to wait for it to go away. No, you were just like, let's just get it out. I guess they do kind of make it out to be like it's not good because he does say that, what's the line? I forgot. I'll have to show a clip here to be like, yeah.
So fucked up.
But yeah, they make it to be like, yeah, it's not good. What he did this. He himself even knows that. He just did it though. Also, I really like the animation style for End of Evangelion and the series. Like, I see the rebuild films, and I'm like, it's not bad. It's not bad by any means, but like, there's something so like cool about the way that the anime looked and End of Evangelion. Like, they looked so good in my personal opinion, and it's kind of weird to look back and see what the rebuild films look like. I need to watch those, but I haven't yet. But yeah, I don't know. As far as like my favorite anime, I wouldn't say Evangelion is my absolute favorite. I might consider it top 3. Depends. I need to rewatch Death Note to find out. It's either top 5 or top 3 though. But yeah. I guess because like it'd be 4. But I need to rewatch Death Note again. And maybe if I like Death Note more, then yeah, it'll be 4. But if I end up liking Evangelion more, then yeah. But yeah, I would still say that I like Attack on Titan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure more for sure. I intentionally rhymed with that. Thank you if you noticed. But yeah, I don't know. I just had to get this out of my system a little bit. Had to show off some of the stuff I want to buy. Talk about things without spoiling Evangelion. I don't know. I love it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's really good. Genuinely a masterpiece, if I say so myself. It sucks that I didn't want to talk about spoilers, because I feel like that would have let me be able to talk even more about it. But it's whatever. I want to be able to talk with people on this. I also like the attention for sure. I'm not just sitting here like, oh, I want to build a community. No, I also like the attention, but I also am like, I'd rather see a comment than a like, because then it lets me interact with people. Because I don't leave my house. I need to talk with people somehow. But, yeah, now that I've nerded out enough about this to my ability, I'm just going to go. So, with that, I'll take my leave.
Fly me to the